Sup beasts, welcome to the channel. So a couple of days ago, Call of Duty released an update to its early access that brought joy to its community. They decided to remove SBMM. SBMM has been a huge problem within the game itself since the release of MW19, when they decided to change the system into the one that we know today. Remember, SBMM was a system implemented in Call of Duty 4 back in 2007 but didn't have the meaning it has today. In today's Call of Duty, SBMM means that if you have one good game, well, good luck in the next 3 to 4 upcoming matches. I think that this system needs to change for the good of the game. It's something that has an effect on everyone that plays it. I think they saw its numbers and compare it to Battlefield and felt the pressure they haven't felt in a while, in my opinion, so to that, thanks Battlefield. Anyways. So in today's video we'll play the new playlist called Open Mosh Pit, in which skill consideration is drastically reduced when matchmaking. If you enjoy the video, feel free to like and subscribe for more content. Hope you enjoy.
This operation needs a hard reboot.
I was going to do a full montage like I always do, but I'm going to switch it up a little and just talk about my experience with this beta before and after the new playlist update, because there's things that I want to share with you as a Call of Duty player. In the past few days, Call of Duty released this new update in which the skill factor wasn't going to be that big of a deal when placing players into lobbies. SBMM is a system in which can have a huge impact on players keeping playing the game or even buying it, and as you can see, the community isn't really excited about this game, and this system is a key factor into that. So while I was editing the previous video, which by the way, you should watch it, I saw many thumbnails of content creators talking about they removed SBMM, and I was like, bro.
Man, quit playing with me, man. No, for real, don't play like that.
Anyways, I decided to go to Twitter, and kid you not, I saw the tweet showed in the beginning of this video. They actually did it. And now that I've played many matches, with and without update, I've come to the conclusion that if they add this system like it's running on that playlist, it will have a huge impact whether or not people will buy it. Now, regardless of that, people will still buy the game with or without SBMM because folks, this is Call of Duty at the end of the day. That being said, with games like Battlefield on the way and how COD Next went, I believe this is one of the weakest years for the franchise, and it has been for a while in a way, but this year they're feeling the pressure from everywhere. So by releasing this playlist, I can say, based on how the community has reacted to it, this is the right decision. Now, let's talk about my experience with playing with the new update. Before I start, I want to point out something. I'm trash at this game and I'll be the first to admit it. I'll never drop a nuke on this game, I won't average an 8 KD on every match. And even though I'm bad at this game, why I'm getting sweaty on a regular playlist in the first place. That being said, this playlist was the most real, unscripted, genuine experience I had playing this beta so far. My games were really good to the point that most of them were from 1.5 KD and above, and wasn't even by doing only 15 kills or something like that, no. I was dropping 30s and way above that. Before this playlist, matches felt scripted. You knew that by finishing a match with a top-tier KD meant that the next games were going to be hell. Wanted to start a new match? Here, have a match that's already started and you're losing by 100 with no hope because your team is trash and the other team is SEAL Team 16. With this new playlist, the games genuinely felt unscripted, like they supposed to be feeling in the first place. And I had games in which I sucked, but I could tell it was just me sucking. But before that? Oh boy, I don't even want to talk about it. Another thing to point out is that in the beta, in my opinion, searching for matches weren't that slow. It could last from 10 to 50 seconds. But with this playlist, 3 seconds top. Also, the game connection from the most part was good. I had some moments but overall, felt really smooth. One thing that's bothering me with this is the fact that they could have done this from the beginning in the first place but they chose not to. And I know they quote-unquote, tested this a while back from behind the scenes and were like, yeah, we did test for I don't know how many days with real lobbies, I believe, and by removing SBMM it showed that people did in fact lower their playtime in the game, or something like that, I don't know. But I can tell that, without SBMM, my games ran and felt good. Like I said, it bothers me that they could have done this from the get-go, and now that they have some sort of competition they decided to do this? SBMM will kill this game as it has killed the previous title. The matchmaking ruins the experience from the player base and it's something that needs to be either removed or less strict like it is today. So to give my final opinion on this update I have to ask myself, is this better? Short answer, yes. And to point out key factors like the fact that, even with that playlist, there's still going to be sweaty lobbies because at the end of the day, people has just gotten better at this games. But that doesn't mean that lobbies are going to be scripted. They feel real, unscripted, like nothing feels pre-decided. Would I pre-order the game?
Hell no.
Would I recommend to pre-order the game?
Hell no.
Because at the end of the day, we don't know what's going to happen. They could remove this feature when the game release, they could implement it as a whole, they could bring it as a game mode like we have in the beta. In the end, we just don't know. Anyways, I don't know what else to say so I'll let this gameplay run, hope you enjoy.